Hey everybody, Logan here. Today, well, you guys wanted this. That's why I'm doing it. You guys want me to compare multiple controllers, especially these new ones with TMR sticks. And today's video, well, you clicked on it, you know we are comparing the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 versus the GameSir Cyclone 2. Now, what are we going to compare them on? Latency, feel, features, compatibility, and price. Yes, those are the ones that most people care about. Those are the ones where the average buyer will go, hey, which one's better for my money? Which one has the features that I like? And well, is it any good basically? And this one will find out just which one is best for you. So let's first take a look at the controllers and then compare each one via my list and see which one is best for you. Here we go. We've got the GameSir Cyclone 2 here, and we got the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 here. Both, both are really good controllers. So first we want to cover latency. Now, latency is basically the time in which it takes your finger to hit the button and the button to act. Both of them have extremely low latency. I've covered them both, and depending on how long you're playing and what you're playing and how intense, you will see a slight difference, but they are averaging around 3 milliseconds. You can get as low as 2.4 to 3.6. I've seen it across the board, but the average seems to be about 3 millisecond on both. In my personal experience, I've noticed the 8BitDo has a slightly less latency than the GameSir Cyclone. But again, it's going to take a lot more time with this one to see if that changes in the future. But as of right now, if I have to give the win to either of them, just because of where we are in this time period, I'm gonna call it a tie, just because the numbers I've seen and experienced are too close to call. So for that one, you're going to get a tie. Quickly on that one, now if you guys want to see the full video reviews and the full breakdowns, I do have videos covering both of them. I will link them in the description below. Next, we're going to go with compatibility. Compatibility, right out of the box, I'm going to go with the GameSir. Why? Because the GameSir will actually be compatible with more platforms, mainly the Switch. So this can be PC, Android, and Switch, where this is just Android and PC. So right out of the box, bam, there you go. You've got more functionality with the GameSir. So if you're looking at something that you want to use with multiple devices, yeah, both of them will cover multiple devices, but the GameSir will definitely give you the edge with Switch compatibility. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be an Ultimate 2 in the future that'll be compatible with the Switch or the Switch 2. That's the big speculation as of late, but we don't know. So if I have to give it to this one, this category definitely goes to GameSir, the Cyclone 2. Next is one of the ones I think is probably the second most important next to price, and that is feel. Because a lot of people are going to be holding their controller for quite a bit of time. And if you look at both, they're both very comfortable in the hand, whether you have larger hands or smaller hands. And this controller build is very comfortable right here. If you look at the 8BitDo Ultimate, your hands just wrap right around it, and it has no weird textures, nothing out of the box that'll go, ooh, that feels odd. That's okay. This has a fantastic feel in a hand. And even if you're wrapping your fingers around to the back to hit the flappy paddles or the shoulder claw buttons, it is very comfortable feel. The sticks are very smooth. The D-pad is fantastic, probably the best in my opinion. And the buttons, well, second to none in terms of membrane buttons. Fantastic. Now, if we look on over to the Cyclone 2, you're looking at an interesting grip texture on the front and the back. So that's interesting is the best I can say. I'm not a big fan of the feel compared to the 8BitDo. The sticks are super smooth. You got the anti-friction on both. The D-pad, it's okay. It's no 8BitDo. You can already see where I'm leaning here. You've got mechanical buttons, face buttons here, which feel nice, quick, and snappy, but they're also a little loud. Some people don't like that. Shoulder buttons are nice. Both of them have trigger locks. Now, with the Cyclone, it's a little different. It's really interesting because it's got trigger locks on the actual trigger. Some people might say, oh, that's a little harder to get, instead of back here. And, well, just in the hand, it's very smooth here. Here, it's rough, and it's got a weird matte finish up here because of the paint job. Now, these do come in multiple colors, but here, as you can see, I got the white and the black. The paint job does not change the way the controller feels in any way. But the sticks are also another point of contention. Some people aren't a big fan of the texture that you have around here. They think it might be a little too rough. I think it's pretty all right, but if I have to give it to anything, I prefer the sticks, the smooth yet textured sticks right around the tip. I guess you could say the ring or whatever you want to call it, the tops of the sticks. I think that's a bit smoother, but some people like a little rougher texture so their fingers don't slip. So you really got that. But if I have to pick in terms of feel, it is definitely the 8BitDo Ultimate 2. It just feels better in the hand. And I think that D-pad just blows this one out of the water. Next, we have features. This one is one where we break down a little more. We're not going to go, super in depth of how they all work. We are just going to show you the gist of what the features are. Both of them have 1000 hertz. Both of them have TMR sticks. So boom, right out of the water, there you go. You both have 2.4 gigahertz as well as Bluetooth on both of them. Now, if you just pick them up off the docks, what's one thing? Hey, they both have charge docks with USB dongle integration. You can take them out and put them in. So looking at the top is where we're going to start. Here you have a mount for mobile. Here you do not. But here you have shoulder buttons, which are, like I said before, akin to the claw grip buttons. Here, if you turn to the back, you still have your charge ports and, well, 2 flappy paddles on both. An extra set of mappable buttons exist on the 8BitDo Ultimate, but not on the GameSir Cyclone. Now back to the front, you do have anti-friction rings on both. You do have mechanical buttons on the GameSir, while you have membrane on the 8BitDo. But you have a much better D-pad over here. And if we turn them both on, we should have some power on both of them. You get a nice bit of lighting over here for what's called the fire rings that's incorporated into the anti-friction rings. So yeah, trigger locks on both. Feature-wise, who am I going to give it to? Well, 8BitDo. It just has more features. But again, these are subject to opinion. Some people don't care about the lights. Some people don't care about the claw buttons. Some people prefer the look of the GameSir. Some people like that standard flat D-pad over the textured, more Super Nintendo style D-pad on the 8BitDo. It's all about personal preference, but if I have to give it to one, it's the 8BitDo Ultimate 2. This is the big one. This is the big one right here. What is it? Price. Most people look at controllers for their features, but in the end, purchase one because, well, the price is right for what it offers. As we can see, they both have their pros and cons. Now, in terms of price, this is going to make it tough for you. They're both the same price. As of right now, they're both sitting at $49.99. That doesn't mean they won't go on sale, whether you purchase them on Amazon or, well, this one's only on Amazon right now. This one's on Amazon and GameSir's website. Things change, keep that in mind. That doesn't mean you won't be able to find it somewhere else in the future. And remember, this is in the United States. that I am referencing because that's where I live. So this is where I can get them over here. Now, there are other options when you're talking about outside of the US, but I can't vouch for that. You're just going to have to take a look yourself. But here in the US, we've got Amazon and then Amazon and GameSir's website. If you try to go to 8BitDo's website for the Ultimate 2, you're going to get redirected to Amazon. So one thing is, if we're talking about price, it's going to be the same. Like I mentioned earlier, they do come in multiple colors. I don't know if you want to put that under features, but this one comes in purple, white, and black. This one comes in black and white, so you get that other function of colorness here. I did order the purple. As you can see, Amazon sent me the wrong one, so keep that in mind. And I saw comments about people getting the wrong color as well. Someone else, the most recent one I read, they ordered white, they got black. So, hey, I wanted the purple, but, well, that isn't the case. So these are overall great controllers, a lot of features, a lot of compatibility, and the price, well, it's a tie. The tie just doesn't help anything. But it looks like the winner, in my opinion, and from what I've gone over, is the 8BitDo. Why? Because, well, it won more categories. That's about it. But my personal preference, after using both, there are fantastic options in front of me. These two are just great. You're not going to go wrong with either one, but if I have to choose one, just on feel and features alone, I do like this one. Yes, it does not work with the Switch. I think that is the biggest drawback for me, but that doesn't mean we won't get one in the future that isn't compatible with the Switch, PC, and Android, or Switch 2 if you will. But as of right now, it isn't. So let's, I guess, say aim this final decision towards the PC/Android gamer. If you're playing on console, if you play on the Switch, PC, and Android, then this is really the way to go. But if I had to choose, it's still going to be the 8BitDo. I do prefer this. Now, when it comes to Switch or Xbox or PlayStation, no, that's going to be a whole different conversation because neither of these work on PlayStation anything, and neither of these work on Xbox anything. People are going to say, hey, use this adapter. Don't use that adapter unless you want to risk your console getting banned or your device getting banned. Microsoft is bringing down the hammer when it comes to bans on unlicensed products being used on their console. I've seen it all over the place, whether it's people using controllers, adapters, accessories of all sorts, so be careful unless you want things banned. I would say just buy one. Say buy something that works and has all these features for Xbox and PC as well, if that's what you're looking for. And then you have, you know, PowerA, which has some great options, but hey, we're not talking about them. So if you want something for the Switch, 8BitDo has different options, and GameSir has different options as well, especially the new Supernova. But I've covered that. That's a topic for another video. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything I haven't addressed. If there's something I haven't addressed and you want to know, drop it in the comments section below, and I will definitely answer it. I will link the videos, the respective videos for the 8BitDo Ultimate review and the Cyclone 2 review in the comments section below, so you can definitely watch those. In the description. Maybe I'll put it in the comments as well to make it a little easier for everybody to just, access. There you go. There's my choice. Hopefully this helped. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless you all. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again. Like these two controllers, they're very legendary. Okay.